What in the corn dog heck are you looking at? Can't you see a fella trying to kick back and cook in his automobile house? By golly. Fella came on here the other day and said it was the stupidest stream ever. Cooking in a car. Pathetic, he said. Pathetic. And I couldn't imagine living any other way. Now, I just want my bedroom to be in a vehicle. What's up, my friend? I'm cooking. That's all I'm doing. Nothing interesting at all. I got some stew meat here. I got baby spinach. I got walnuts. Let's throw the stew meat in there. Should I eat half of it raw first? If I get 1,000 likes on this video, I'll eat all of this meat raw. Too late. All right, you had your chance. Ah. Okay. Oh, I bought something special. A special toy for me. Look at this here. I'm a fancy fella. I mean, I'm quite sophisticated. I have my own plastic spatula. It ain't even a spatula. What is it? It's a spoon. It's a giant spoon. I'm not supposed to buy these anymore. Salted caramel Java Monster. They're so delicious. It's the only kind out of all of the ones they make that I like. And I really, really like it. I wish they would not make it anymore. The bastards. How dare they make good things? Nah, I'm not really a fan of the energy. Raw meat. Yes, I'm cooking with the stew meat. That's what I just threw in there. I wonder if I can. Here's my hair clippers that I used earlier. See, I'm all buzzed up, and not just on heroin. I buzz cut myself also. Oh, I'm hoping just by some miracle. I have a shoe. Does anyone, can you cook with a shoe? I will put the shoe in the pot. I can stir the pot with the shoe. The shoe might come in handy for some reason. Oh, I do not need to cook with the shoe. I have actual spices. All right, the dog food. Should we put some dog food in there? Technically, it is all dog food because the dogs will eat it. But I'm not going to put any dog food in there because I have to eat it also, and I should not give my dogs things I don't want to eat. But I don't really want to eat that. I got stuff for smoothies too. I have almond milk, and I have this awesome little blender. I love it to death. That I can make my smoothies in. It just makes 1 cup at a time. And actually, it's so much more convenient than making a whole fucking blender full, which I always did that. Why? Why did I have to make a whole blender full? I could have just made a little bit in the big blender. But anyway, I like it better. It makes it right in the mug. Oh, wait. I have to put this in my eyes. Okay. I'm not going to be able to see anymore, so I won't be able to, wait, no, I should not do that. Wait, that's a bad idea. I just thought of that. Okay, here we go. Oh. I like your name there, yup. That is cool. Alright, so what do I have besides stew meat? I also have this here. What is this? It's something green. Frog. It's a frog. Possibly named Kermit. Okay, this is the way you're supposed to do it, isn't it? You just break it up and throw it in the pot. Isn't that it? I do have a little knife here. I don't want to cut myself. I think I just washed my hands a minute ago. But we'll make absolutely sure that we get extra baby white chemicals into our food. Oh, God. Okay. No telling what they put in those things. Whatever it is, it's made for asses. I put ass juice in my food. It really is. It's made for babies' asses. And I use it on my ass too. And I just want you to know that this sunshine and day drinks here, that's what I wipe my ass with. Where does it say that at? Did I put my big mug on there? Oh yeah, it's way down here at the bottom. Here it says. And it's probably in reverse for you. So why am I holding it up? You can't see it. Here, watch. I can wipe my face with this too. Don't you cook like this? Isn't this how you cook? All right. Wow. 2,000 viewers. Well, how are y'all doing tonight? I appreciate you coming and visiting. Oh, did you know, Mad? You can come over for dinner, yep. Anytime. Of course, I don't know where I am. I'll figure out where I am, and you can come over. I'm sure I'm somewhere. Have to be. I just can't recall. Alright. I can't recall if I am somewhere or if I'm not. Am I somewhere or am I just not? I don't know. I'm not nowhere right now. I'm in the digisphere. Unscented wipes. Yeah, I prefer the unscented wipes too. I usually always did get the unscented. Because I use them for every fucking thing, including cleaning my dishes. As a vehicle dweller, it's so much easier. Not necessarily. I'm not living like a normal vehicle dweller. I don't promote the way that I live. I live such a simple lifestyle. I actually will upgrade myself also. Yeah, the windows are fogging, yeah. I will upgrade also. In fact, I bought a fucking box truck, but then I fucked around and lost it. I let it go because I was pissed off that I was going to have to pay an extra $1,200. I should have kept it, but I didn't. I just said fuck it, and I would make another decision. I did not have a lot invested in this thing. So, but I'm going to get a Sprinter van or something like that really soon. Maybe even a low roof van. A low roof van, like a fucking Dodge van. One of those long, extended fucking vans. Dodge, Ford, whatever, really, actually. Whatever it is. I bet it won't be a Toyota. I never heard of one. And it won't be a hybrid, unfortunately. But what I'm going to do, no matter what my option is, whether I get another box truck, I'm pissed off at myself. I'm so pissed off about the whole box truck situation. I could have kept it, but I was just so angry about how it worked out, about the stupid decisions I made not to bring it to the place I rented and park it somewhere else for a minute so I could work on it. I didn't think I could work on it at that place over there, and you're not supposed to. That I rented it. But then the repairs I wanted to make on it could not make. I needed special fucking parts that broke on this fucking van. the van maybe had more problems than what I fucking thought. Because I did not do a proper inspection on this fucking, on this box truck. I bought it. So I was pissed off about a lot of things. And then the worst part is, when I went to move the fucking truck, the day I wanted to move it, on a Friday, the place where I fucking rented to fucking park the fucking truck told me they were leaving at 1 p.m. that day. They were leaving and they fucking they locked the fucking gates. So pissed me the fuck off. So I'm trying to hurry up and get this thing fucking towed. And by the time I got the fucking tow truck to finally come, and I started early in the morning. I was using AAA. It takes a fucking while. But it took fucking really fucking long. And I started early in the morning, and by the time the tow truck driver was going to come, it was going to be, there was no way I could make it in time. I would have been 15 minutes too late. I should have just brought it there and parked it in front of the place, you know. So many things I fucked up. So then I was stuck waiting until Monday to fucking get it towed. So Monday morning, early, extra early, I was going to start getting it ready to get towed. So I made it all the way till Sunday. I made it all the way till Sunday fucking night. The truck is still there. I'm like, huh. Because I knew as soon as the guys said they were leaving at 1 p.m. that day, the craziest fucking thing. A place of business. They do other business. So they're closing their business that day at 1 p.m. and locking the gate. I wouldn't be able to have access after that. And then the truck truck took so fucking long to fucking all fucking day to finally come. I just knew that, you know what, the universe is conspiring to fuck me out of this thing. So they're gonna fucking, the place where I have it at, they're gonna fucking probably tow the bitch. So many things I could have done differently. So then fucking Sunday night, the truck is still there. So I'm like, fuck. Early tomorrow morning. And I came over to where the truck was. And I parked there because I live in the car, you know. So I can do whatever. So I parked right there. But then, so I was going to stay the night there. But then I left, which it wouldn't have mattered. What am I going to do? I parked my car in front of the goddamn, my box truck and stop the tow truck from taking it. I don't think that's going to work. Especially since I can't say I have a tow truck on the way. It's fucking Sunday fucking night. Can you believe that? Sunday fucking night. I thought I was home free for sure. It's fucking like 0 degrees too. And snowing. Are you kidding me? I think I'm fucking home free here. Early in the morning, I'm getting this thing towed. Nobody noticed because of the weather. It's snowing so much. It's cold. Nobody noticed this box truck was sitting here. So, in a somewhat public parking lot. And, so I leave. I go to pick up this chick, and I took her to dinner. So all is great. And I think I was just about to get back over to this public parking lot from where I brought her home. And I text her some kind of funny gift that we had fun. I don't know, some dancing cartoon characters saying we had fun. Because we did, we had fun. And then immediately after that, I'm texting her. They towed my truck. So devastating. On Sunday night, I thought I had made it through. And I was just so pissed off about the situation. So pissed off. Now, and then I got more and more pissed off because they called a tow truck company from fucking over an hour away to come and get my fucking truck and haul it fucking over an hour away. And then also, they were charging me exorbitant fucking amounts for the tow. They charged me by the hour for the fucking tow. It just seemed to me they were trying to fuck me around as much as possible, but maybe that was their standard procedure with everyone. I don't know. So altogether, to get my fucking truck back, well, see, and because it was towed so far away, the people that would tow my shit for free also was too far away. I couldn't use them. So these bitches, it would have just been $1,200, which really is not a fucking much money. Really fucking not a lot of money. Like I said, I didn't have much invested in the truck. Like $3,000 or some shit. I just got really pissed off and I said, fuck it. I just got my shit. I had a bunch of shit in the truck. I moved it to another vehicle that I have stored somewhere. I have several of those like that. This was going to be another one. This box truck was going to be another one stored for a while. Probably at least until summer, spring, something. Because I needed to fucking work on it. I didn't inspect it properly. It still would have been a good, it would, the best, absolute best thing for me to do would be to have gotten the truck. $1,200, I could have done it easily. Absolutely easily. I wouldn't even have thought about the money after that at all. And I probably would have been happier with myself that I had the fucking truck, and I would always be pissed off. I don't know. I'm pissed. I was just so pissed off that I let it happen. That I let this shit happen. That I just let it go. So now it's something else. So at the time, I wasn't sure about commercial registration. I think I could have got private registration. And I was just finding out about commercial registration was going to cost me like $1,500 for the truck for a year. And I was like, motherfuck. I mean, that's not that much. But still, it's way more than what I was thinking. And then plus out, I was finding that out exactly at the same time that I was, but now I'm not even sure. The weight, there's a weight on that. And under a certain weight, I think you can get private registration. And this thing might have been under that weight. It was a very small box truck, a reefer truck. But anyway. We got this going on right now. Nothing but just peppers and some stew meat there. Alright, a little bit of seasoning. I should put a little bit more. I know I'll need a lot for the stew. I don't have a hell of a lot. But I feel like seasonings get cooked also. Just like the food tastes different when it's raw or cooked. I think the seasoning needs to be cooked too. So it makes a difference in the flavor of the seasoning. I think it's better. Maybe I'm wrong. But I think if you cook the thing and then add the seasoning afterwards, it's not the same. The seasoning is raw. It's not the same flavor. Maybe a better flavor. I don't know, but I don't think it's the same. Alright, so what else am I doing? Onions. I need to put the onions. Uh-oh. Where did I put the onions? There they are. No? I don't remember the onions, but there they are anyway. I don't remember bringing the onions in here. Alright, so I love my fucking spaceship fucking house. I really do. I for a good minute there, I had no idea where I am. Where am I? Where am I in the world? I have no fucking clue. And I love that. I love that. Who gives a fuck? I am in the digisphere, is what I call it. It's my own little universe. It's like the inside of the TARDIS. I think of this as my TARDIS. I guarantee you, I could live in a fucking spaceship and travel around exploring. And what's the difference? You know, this is a spaceship sometimes. When I put on my virtual reality headset and I play this one game, I need to play it again. I have not played it since recently I pulled out my virtual reality thing, dusted it off, updated everything, like, oh, let's see if this thing is still working or not. Try to show it to some chick. And now I've gotten hooked back on it again myself. I have more time right now because of my job. It takes less time. I just went from a job for like 6 months, 7 days a week, 90 to 120 hours a week, 7 days a week, with no fucking day off in sight. And just like I was thinking before, I put in my 2 weeks notice, and then right up until the last day that I was there, all by myself. Well, I mean, as a manager, as a member of management, just me, and very scraping to have any employees at all with this company. Right up till the last fucking second, I was thinking, man, whoever it is that they're going to have here doing the computer work and the paperwork that no one else could do but me for 6 fucking months at this place, 7 days a fucking week. Whoever they're going to have doing this when I'm gone, they should send them now. Send them now to help me. Because obviously they're going to have someone, so why? You're going to scrape up someone, so scrape up someone now to help me run the fucking shit I'm running. For a long, long time, it was absolutely okay, but then it just 7 days a week, long hours, 18 hours of fucking days, starting at 5:45 in the morning until fucking midnight or 1 a.m. and happen to then go to the bank often, still, and then be back at 5:45, and we're talking 7 days a week. At some point, it becomes not okay anymore. At some point, you're going to fucking bed at fucking 1 a.m. at the earliest. At the fucking earliest. Or 2 a.m. at the earliest sometimes. At the earliest possibility. And then you're getting up again early enough to be back at the store at 5:45. And you're just crying when the fucking alarm goes off because you have not had the chance to sleep in fucking weeks. That's fucking ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. To put someone in that situation, how do they expect you to survive? How did they expect me to stay in that fucking situation? They actually asked me why I was leaving. Cook it on the way to their house? You should put your kitchen on DoorDash or something. Yeah, well, I already thought of this shit. And I still would like to do that shit. Is because I have often, as a gig worker, as a delivery driver, had restaurants, so-called restaurants that you receive a ping from, and it could be. I often give the example of two, which was Luigi's famous Italian restaurant, and also one called the Ice Cream Shop. And I would get Luigi's famous Italian restaurant, and the person ordering on Uber Eats or DoorDash, they're seeing Luigi's famous Italian restaurant, and I don't know what else they possibly had, but pizza is what might be the only thing they had. I don't know, but I would go to pick this up at the address, and it's a fucking gas station, run by some people that seem to barely speak English. Nothing wrong with that, I guess. Everybody has to pass the same health code as everyone else. I guess. I'm not sure. Maybe not on Uber Eats or DoorDash. I don't know. But anyway, it's just a gas station. Luigi's famous Italian restaurant. And the only thing they have that I see, I don't know what else they could have sold. Maybe some ice cream too sometimes. Because I have another example too that did that. They would have just one of those cylinder spinners where they have pizza. Like 3 or 4 pizzas on it. Spinning around. It's hot in there. And they've made these pizzas and they put it in there. And that's what the fuck they're selling to the DoorDash people. Just a gas station. You can call yourself whatever you want on DoorDash, Uber Eats, and in fact, they encourage it. They encourage you to the same restaurant to call yourself 20 different names and put yourself on the thing 20 different times and different names and just sell different fucking shit under each name at the same place. And so they encourage you to be just say whatever the fuck you want to be. And another place I went was called the ice cream shop, and I go there often in the middle of the night. It's called the ice cream shop. It's on DoorDash, Uber Eats, all of that. And I'm gonna turn this back on. I need to chop my fucking onions, man. No one's gonna chop my onions but me. Would you chop my onions? I think you would. So I give you all credit for that. But the ice cream shop was a liquor store. The ice cream shop I would go to on Uber Eats, and they had a fancy pictures on their Uber Eats page and everything. And it was just a liquor store. All they sold is liquor at this fucking place, except they had a cooler, a big tall cooler, full of ice cream things, and mostly Ben and Jerry. Because, I don't know. They sell that shit expensive. It's a popular choice among merchants for whatever reason. So I figured, why not? I could be the ice cream shop, or I could be Luigi's famous Italian restaurant, because it was all fake, On DoorDash and Uber Eats, it can be anything. In fact, it's always all fake. When you order from 20 different names, crazy names, you think you're ordering from some kind of restaurant. It's not. It's like TGI Fridays has like 10 different fucking names, and another restaurant has 10 different names, and it's actually a few restaurants that have all of these listings. Oh yeah, I finally find my knife. I got cramps. Cramps in my intercostals, or that's what I think it is. I think my obliques are bigger, the bigger ones. I think the intercostals are here, smaller muscles. I don't know, but it hurts like a bitch. And when I turn, I often get that. Am I gonna die? Am I gonna die, Doc? Can you let me know in the comments? Yes, I would say hello to Yup too. Yup is a distinguished gentleman. We like Yup around here. All right. Wait till you see all the footage I got running this convenience store and other convenience stores. Oh, the cramps are coming back. I was stabbed them. I was stabbed. Isn't that what you do? Isn't that what you do when you have cramps? You writhe around like a maniac and stab your cramps. Oh. All right, I'm not stabbing my cramps either. Oh. All right, I got cramps, but I can drink coffee. I can look like I don't have cramps. Yes, dear. It is quite peaceful here. Yes, I do have cramps on both sides now. Oh, I tried to pretend. I pretended very well for a short period of time. But then it got worse. It's terrible. I'm going to die. I actually am going to die. That's one of the worst things. Because I don't worry about, a lot of things. And a lot of things that we worry about, I don't know. Most of the thing that people worry about who are building their estate and they're building up money and they're buying houses and renting them and more and more. Most of what they're fucking doing is just planning for when they die. To me, that spoils the whole thing, man. But, I could see just looking at it like if I was doing anything, building up money, I would be looking at it like a business. And to me, it would have to be a business. It's the only way I've ever built up money. Lately, I can build up money with anything, but it doesn't build up very fast. But unlike people who are not vehicle dwellers, I can, as long as I am working, my finances is going up, because all of us make thousands of dollars a month. Everybody makes thousands of dollars a month. I mean, let's see, what was I making? I was making recently at least $4,000 a month. And before they put me on salary for at least 2 or more months, 2.5, 3 months, I don't know. Somewhere around there. I was making, I don't know exactly. I forget how much, but I know I was taking home like fucking $2,000 fucking dollars. So I know I was making a lot. Uncle Sam was definitely hitting me. But anyway, most of us make 1,000 a week, something around there, or I don't know, take home. We make at least a couple thousand a month, everyone, I believe. And that I am going to, my savings is going to go up, even if I was making only 2,000 a month. My savings are going to go up. And if I have no income whatsoever, all of a sudden, which happened recently because I finally left that job. All right. This is not the time I want to get cramps. Ah. All right. Let's see how many funny positions I can get into that don't help until I find one that does. The first time I was, there we go. Yeah, I just want to stay like this. I can feel the cramp on the edge of coming back. I can tell this is riveting content I'm making here. Writhing. Also, I have this onion right here. I can't forget, I also have this to stir. Man, that shit is looking good. All right, I gotta crack the window. This onion, it's the onion doing it. It's not the massive amount of smoke and steam that's in here. God, that's one thing about today. The wind has been blowing fucking massively all day. All fucking day. Now, today is a warmer day than normal. It's like, 40 degrees warmer or more than it was recently. That's a lot. But what came with it is massive fucking wind. Today, before I got up in my luxurious accommodations here in the back there where the dogs are right now in a nice, comfortable bed. I was shaking because the winds were, now I didn't understand why. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't think that was coming. I just couldn't believe it. It was like I was in a tornado. It was so much that, debris was fucking flying. Snow and ice and salt, I guess, was flying and hitting the car in a sustained fashion. So that was just wild, just being pelted. The wind was so hard that even though it kept coming, it wasn't just a gust. It was it was constantly, all of it, all of this heavy wind that came, all had sand and dust and rocks with it. Tiny, tiny, thank God. They were rocks. And they were hitting the side of the vehicle and shaking me unbelievably. And I just couldn't believe still how much it was until I got out. And I can't imagine how much wind there was when I was inside in the back, because when I finally got out, I was sitting up in the front, and I thought the wind had pretty much stopped, because it just didn't seem like as much as it was. It didn't seem like much at all. But when I got out, it was tremendous fucking wind. I gotta put this onion in here, cool this off a bit. Before I overcook my bell peppers. Oh, I got mushrooms too to put in my stew. So I got mushrooms, bell peppers, onions, carrots, spinach. The spinach is actually for my smoothies, because I put things like spinach and kale and could you hold my nutsack just for a minute, please? Hold my nutsack. No? Well, okay. I'll hold my own nutsack. All right. But the nuts, walnuts, in fact, yeah, it was only like $12. $11 worth of walnuts here. I cannot believe my nuts fell out on a live stream. It's so embarrassing. I apologize. Swinging my nuts everywhere in front of everybody. I didn't mean to do that this time. Okay. Is that some styrofoam that fell in there? No, that's those onions. Alright. Oh, okay, this has tipped over. Okay, and as per usual. Oh, I have the windows down. That's why I was like, why is the AC blowing such cold air? Well, the heat. Why is the heat blowing such cold? Uh-oh. This is for my clippers. I need to put these in here because, see, this came with a whole bunch of these attachments. Oh, good, there is two. And now there's only two. I think that one might have been shorter than the other one. I'm not sure. I should have used, I don't know which one. They're real similar. I cut my hair earlier and I trimmed all my beard. I think I'm going to trim my beard every fucking day. Every freaking day. Alright. I have lost my knife. If I suddenly scream because there's a knife up my arse, it's because I lost my knife and I don't know where it is. Oh, yes, it is in a position where if I could have moved and put it right up my rectum. Alright. I hate when that happens. That is the worst, man. It's embarrassing. Jesus Christ. Oh, if I go back into the hospital and tell them again another knife up my rectum, they're going to refuse service at some point. So I need to be real careful. That just can't happen. All right, I got to turn this down. Let's stop this. Let's turn it down. Down from 9 to 7. Oh my God, this is going to be good. I can tell already. This could be anything. It wouldn't have to be a stew. I have the stew meat in it, which I have not eaten one piece of stew meat yet. Just like taking a piece out and eating it, and then say, "Oh, since I ate one, I could eat just one more," and then just, "Ah, what's one more?" Ah, well, one more. No big. Yeah, no one would miss one more. I haven't taken none, so I think you probably end up with a better stew that way than the normal way I do it, where I only have 3 pieces of meat left by the time I pour the water in. Probably better. I don't know why this time I have more discipline. Something to do with my nuts, I think. All right, let's see here. Okay. You can never have too many onions, I always say. And it's blowing massively. And I love it. I love my little home. I love my lifestyle. Like recently I had no income for a short time. Right now I don't have a huge income, but I'm about to add another income stream. So I'm fine. I'm about to start begging for money too. For real. I desperately want to do that. Oh, I'm starting a production company here in the local area I am, which is just going to be a group of people that I arranged to meet together. So far, I have like 4 people, but I want a lot of people, and they're just a group of people I am gathering together through social media. Uh, Not really social media. I created an awesome group. I know it's going to be awesome, even though I have 4 people right now, and I have not met them yet. I just started this thing, but it's all about making content, and I need people to help me. Actually, I'm reaching. I wanted this meat. I want a piece of this meat, and I'm sure the meat is really fucking banging right now because it's in all this fucking. Let's see, can you see this here? Onions and the bell pepper. So that's what I will do. I will take a piece of this bell pepper. Mmm. Oh my god. That is quite delicious. It had an exorbitant amount of spice on it because this is like the concentrated spice before I add the water. And I forgot about that. It's still quite delicious. Yeah, that's a lot of spice in there. But oh my god, the bell pepper is starting to dissolve. And right now it's just before it's a piece that's still together, just before it dissolves. Oh, it's so delicious. But when it dissolves, it spreads that deliciousness throughout the whole thing. All right, let me throw this in here. Stir it up. And I'm almost done chopping onions. And I didn't really chop them, I just sliced them. I mean, this is, I'm trying to saute a little bit, but it's a stew. So it's all going to turn into mush anyway. And that's what you want. You want that's what I want. I'm no chef. I'm not saying I know anything. But right or wrong, that's what I want. I want the onions and the bell peppers and everything just to turn to a fucking paste. I mean, turn into nothing, just dissolve into the stew. Because I think that flavors it more than anything. Alright, we got some onions. Cooking, living in a car. I have a cheapo version of the Instant Pot. I used to accidentally call it Magic Pot. And that's what I think I'll call it. Mmm. They're delicious. With a piece of raw onion. And there's a lot of spice in there. I need to stop chasing it. Till later on. I haven't grabbed a piece of meat yet. How long is that going to last? Alright. So now, while I'm sauteing, I think I can add more stuff. What do you think? Now that's going to ruin the sauteing if I do that. Oh boy. Alright, the windows are going back down. Boy, the wind is fucking blowing too. My eyes, I had to roll it down my eyes. The onions tearing up my eyes. Should I put the onion skin in there? Nah. Never mind what I put in the garbage. I ate the onion skin. There you go. Magic. It's called magic when you lie to people. That's how people take whole countries and shit. Magic. All right. Oh yeah. There's some walnuts in there too. Oh yeah. Or there's spinach in there too. Oh. I am such an obscene individual. If I was to say my email address, this live stream would be terminated. Maybe not. But YouTube don't like me that much, I can tell you that. Alright, let's see. Let me stir my nuts. Walnuts in a stew? Well, hell, I mean, what the hell am I going to do? I got so many walnuts, and I can't just be munching on them, which I'm afraid I will be. I got them to put in my smoothies. Because I am back down to smoothies again. I got this to put in my smoothies too, so I'm putting smoothie, a whole bunch of smoothie in my stew. Alright, that's enough. That is spinach. Boy, that spinach gets so much smaller so fast when it gets in the heat. I don't know if I want to put more though. I think we're good on the spinach. One more, okay? One more. And that's it. All right. It's quite a concoction. I'll tell you. This has got to be the stupidest live stream ever. Cooking in a car. Pathetic. That's what someone said in my last live stream. And I don't see what's so pathetic about it. I mean, shit. I know what I think it is. I think it's because the guy thinks if you're in a car, you must be poor. So you're pathetic no matter what. No matter what. No matter how you try to live with any kind of dignity and do anything. No matter how much dignity you do it with. Makes no difference. You're pathetic if you're poor. Have to live in a car. But he's wrong. I'm not poor and don't have to live in a car. Although I feel like if I'd have to work harder to get ahead. I couldn't just make $1,000 a week and increase my bank account a lot because I have no bills, you know. Sometimes more than others. Depends on how many females are around. Everybody can be broke if they want to have a lot of females around. But I'm not broke. And the reason I'm not broke is because of living in a car for years. Years have gone by. My dog, who is afraid to drive in a car, totally fine in a car that's not moving. She feels at home. It's her home and she feels at home. But when it starts moving, she's not fucking happy. She's very afraid, and we've never been in no kind of wreck. I drive extremely slowly. I drive 5 miles an hour under the speed limit. And maybe when we started the trip, I maybe not had shifted to that yet because I have changed as I travel the country and I'm always in unfamiliar roads. I suggest always drive at least 5 miles an hour under the speed limit because do not trust the makers of roads to make a road that does not seem like it's deliberately designed to fucking kill you. If you don't fucking know fucking what to do, because the obvious thing to do will kill you. Or the obvious thing to do could drive you into a lake or a wall or a fucking canyon or into some, I have run into the strangest things, and I filmed most of them, and I filmed all of them for years now, but filmed most of them for 5 years. But I run into a giant thimble in the middle of the fucking road with the wire on it, like they haul, for the electrical companies. And it was in the middle of the fucking road. There's a 2-lane fucking road, and the middle of the right lane, the slow lane, is this fucking thimble that probably has thousands of pounds of wire on it. Giant thimble. And it had one fucking cone in front of it. One fucking orange cone, not the big giant kind like I just had at the gas station I was running to put out in my parking lot if I needed to. No, the normal little tiny short one. That was all in the dark to fucking not crash into a fucking thimble on a public road. There'll be all kind of things. There'll be fucking pits in the road, poorly marked, and right lanes will be ending constantly. It's just when you are traveling on unfamiliar roads, where you live, you don't notice how everything is like very confusing if you never had been there before, because you don't remember when you never had been there. You go there every fucking day for years or decades. But if you're traveling through, a lot of roads are very fucking confusing. So I drive 5 miles an hour under the speed limit ever since I started traveling. I never was a speed demon. I used to drive 5 miles an hour over, which is a common thing that people do, even though a lot of people drive a lot faster. Because there's supposedly some sort of a grace period of 5 miles an hour. Sometimes I hear it's more than grace period, but universally, everywhere, there seems to be at least a 5 mile an hour grace period. In fact, a cop might think you're weird if you're driving exactly the speed limit. I actually seen that before on a YouTube video. Cop is telling the guy he pulled him over because he was driving the speed limit, and it was so strange. Everyone else was speeding like 20 miles over or more, and he pulls over the guy who was going the speed limit. Of course. I really love my life. I really do. I love my accommodations. Life is what you make of it. Right now, I just have income. I don't have a real job that I'm going to keep. But I'm making some money in between. And I'm going to interviews for some other kind of a exciting job. I don't know. I'm not applying for exciting jobs right now. I need to start applying for more exciting jobs. I would love suggestions because I am open to anything. And the whole idea is I'm filming everything. Now, the reason why I got this production group together, which is I told people, and I specifically emphasized video editors. I really want video editors as part of my group. I need some help. I have 5 years worth of video of my whole life. You know, I think the only reason, let's see if I'm filming. I'm not filming here. I turned it off because I'm filming with the live stream. And I can use this live stream to make my daily videos later. This will be part of my daily video for today. It'll come out. I don't know when. I used to say, oh, it'll come out in about 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years. I don't even know, man. I need to hurry the fuck up. I have all this footage, and I don't mean just stupid footage just like this. I mean like wearing the camera in my hat, which I don't have it in there right now. I haven't put it back in there. I took it out for this last job I was doing because that'll creep people out too much. They always have to take my word for it that I'm not filming. No, that no one can stand that. So I just fucking, instead I'm filming with these cameras, these phones, and other phones. I have phones everywhere, and they all have fucking an app on it that films in the background, and I love it. I mean, I use it to film when no one's around because I was already pissed off with the fact that there's a viewfinder and you can't turn it off. And it's like, that's almost like a security feature for people to know you're filming. Because when you're filming, you have it on the screen here, whatever you're filming. Whether you're filming with this camera or the front camera. Either way, it's on the screen. And the first thing I did is I found a program that would lock the touchscreen. So at least I can touch the fucking thing. Because when you're filming, unlike a camcorder that I used to have, that there was a few buttons on it, everything is a button. You have to hold it like this when you're trying to film because every fucking thing, anything you happen to bump, destroys it. No matter where you touch on the screen, it's going to destroy what you're filming. And on the side is buttons too. And when they don't put, sometimes they won't put no buttons on one side, but they put buttons all along the other side. So there's no place to get a grip on both sides. This one's not too bad, but it still sucks. But with the case, it's much better. It's hard to push the buttons on this one, in fact. But still, it would happen if I was filming, for sure. Some fucking button will get pushed. And I hated it. And then, so even when I'm all alone, I film with this app now. That I can either use the front camera or the back camera. I should use the rear camera more because it's better, you know. But even when I'm by myself, I often use the front camera. I'm just used to it. The reason why I use it most of the time is because I am secretly filming. I will put this camera in my shirt pocket, or I will stick it to my jacket here. I have Velcro here. And people just assume I have the phone there for easy access, or just stupidity or something. I never had much pushback about the phone on my chest, even when there was suspects. There was like, I had opened my mouth to people about filming, and they uh, they blabbed. Even then, they still didn't give me much pushback about fucking the camera on my chest, because it just doesn't seem to people like you're filming when you face the front camera to them. Because it's a screen. The screen's not on. Most cameras don't work that way. So I film with the front camera. It goes over better. If I had it in my shirt pocket with this camera facing out, you can't see the screen. You can't see if it's filming or not. If you can see the screen, you see it's off, you think that means for sure it's not filming, because that's normally the way it works. It was even very hard for me to find this program that I could use, because I guess people think of it as a real sneaky thing to run a camera without the viewfinder on there, because other people can't tell you're filming. And you don't have to hold the camera any kind of way. Like when you're filming normally, you have to hold it a certain way, because if you just hold it all ham-fisted or throw it down or whatever, the screen's going to get touched, and it's going to touch some button, and it's going to fuck up the filming or turn it off. But when I'm filming, with a camera that I can turn the screen off, or I could be running any app, I could be playing movies, and it's still filming all the time. Audio, video. And I love it. Like I say, I love it better even when I'm by myself, because constantly, in the last few years, I've been filming all the time, but I was always screaming about me touching the button. I try to stick it to my chest with that, like that, and I can't get it stuck and get my hand away, no matter how delicate I try to be, without looking and I say, oh, well, I've somehow touched something, and now it's not filming again. I have to pull it back off again, try to get it going again, and try to stick it back, but it's just, you can't touch these things. You can't hold on to the thing without touching some fucking button. Every surface on the motherfucker just about is a button, especially on the front and the side, and for me, even the back, I think. So that is my choice of camera for now on, and it has the added benefit of no one knowing that it's always filming. I mean, I just set my camera down, my phone down like that, and I leave. I plug it in, and I leave, and it's filming all the fucking time. So I have probably much, much juicy fucking content that I don't even know about, And no matter what it is, and how private it is, and where it was recorded, it doesn't matter, because I can blur the face and do a change on the voice, or have a voice actor, or myself, or some other dumbass who's more talented than me, dub the thing and do a voiceover and change the whole thing. But I can still use it no matter what it is, where it's filmed in some form. And also, I can go to some of these people who don't make very much, like $300 a week or less. These people make, some of these people, and go and give them $50 to sign a paper saying, I want to make a YouTube video with something that I filmed that you had you in it, and get them to sign a paper that gives me rights to use anything I've ever filmed with them. So then I have everything, that I don't have to blur it anymore. But I have unbelievable hours of this shit that has to be gone through. Starting 5 years, more than 5 years ago. Jesus Christ, this is delicious. I'm not fucking around this time. What am I forgetting? I can't saute this forever. Every time the spinach shrinks down, it makes it look like I should put some more spinach. I don't know. I don't want to saute it anymore. Jesus, it's fucking delicious. This is going to make a delicious stew. Okay. I think I'm ready to cut myself on this knife. So I should need to be very careful not to do that. All right, I got me a hat at the 99-cent hat store. I don't think it's a real hat. Let's do that. Usually what I'm looking for is not missing. There it is. It says it was not missing. I was missing. All right, here we go. I appreciate if you like the video, and also if you could subscribe. I am some sort of a hair, which I will not say what kind right now, away from 4,000 subscribers. So if anybody who subscribed, you could put me over the top of the 4,000 subscriber. And definitely, I will be one closer. But I am like 3.96 thousand subscribers. And now, if all of a sudden I would get 40,000 views on another freaking live stream, then I'm over the top. I mean, I did not even realize. Yes, go off. All right, now I turned it back up. I had turned it down to number 7. I turned it back up to number 9. I've added water. This is going to be a very good stew. People honking at each other, or honking at me. I don't know. I doubt it. Like I say, I forget where I'm at, but I am at, it's where the village people live, you know, who made that YMCA. They live here now. It's like a nursing home for rock stars. And I came to visit them, and now I'm in their parking lot here. All right. It's right next to a Chuck E. Cheese, so it's quite busy here. Ooh, the wind is blowing. Jesus Christ. I mean, today, seriously, I was on a ridge, and the wind almost blew me over one time. Because it's not hard to blow me over. No, it was a strong wind. And it just came on me out in a gust all of a sudden. And then a sustained gust, though. It was like, not a gust, it was just like all of a sudden wind that was sustained. Very powerful wind. So it almost tumped me over. And I was right on the ridge. And the side that it would have pushed me over was a long fucking hill, long fucking mountain down fucking to the bottom, all covered with snow. So I would have been sliding my ass off. I already fell down 2 nights ago because the dog pulled me as we were just about to back to the car, coming down a fucking embankment, covered with ice and snow. She starts pulling like fucking crazy. Never seen her excited to get back to the car like that. Maybe she was trying to run past the car and say, we're going, we're gonna keep going. I don't know what it was. Maybe she also was very cold, because it was very cold. She might have been ready to get back in the car. But whatever the fuck, she started pulling me, and I slid on one foot like fucking skiing across fucking Lake Michigan. And then I tumped over. I fell over and I hurt my back a little bit. Not very much, thank God. It worried me though. And I yelled at the dog for a good while, just out of worry and thinking about the fact if she had hurt me, boy, we're in good financial shape, but how long does that last when you don't, if you're not going to be able to have an income? I think you can get disability if you still have money in the bank. Huh? I think there's no litmus test or financial. If you have a lot of massive amount of credit and good amount of money in the bank, I don't think it matters. So, yeah, but it takes like, I think forever. By the time fucking you win your fucking case for disability 2 years later, you have died. If anyone could make it 2 years or no more income, I could. I have a good amount of resources and I live very cheaply. I have no fucking rent, no utilities. So my rent and utilities pretty much consist of the gas I put in the hybrid vehicle. Because it produces all my electricity for my computers, my phones, my cameras, the pink vibrator that I bought for a female. We won't talk about nothing about that. All the electricity that I need for anything is produced by this gasoline I put in this hybrid vehicle. I use a lot of electricity for a lot of things. Look, right now, I'm cooking a stew. It takes a lot of electricity. And the motor's not even running. Now, I know what I need to do. I need to unbury my damn... This is I plug this in to the bottom part of this blender. And boy, I love it. I love it. I don't know why. I really don't. I know why. Because I used to make the fucking whole fucking... like I say, I could have made smaller amounts, but with the bigger blender, I always make them more, and I pour it into bottles. And within fucking... When you make a smoothie, especially if you use yogurt, within 1 day, a bottle can fucking explode. The same day that you make it. So, I don't know. I just prefer this. I do. It's just, to me, more convenient. I don't have to break up as much fucking stuff at one time. I get to grab my nutsack. You know. Or you can grab my nutsack if you want to. I'll put it right there. And put some nuts in there. I got pineapple for my smoothie now. I have bananas, pineapple, walnuts, and spinach. That's all I have, right? Oh, and almond milk. You have to have something, the liquid. And I also need something very sweet. So I got very sweet almond milk. But really, I could eat cheaply. Anyone can eat cheaply, whether you're in a car or not. But it helps to have a stew pot. And I can have whatever else that I need. It's just a matter of space. The Digimobile, I don't want to take the roof rack and my box off the Digimobile because it's full of shit that I have stored there. And likewise, Well, why was I going to say vice versa? Don't answer that. Likewise, what was I going to say? Oh, you don't know. You probably know more than I do, but I think I can guess that I was going to say also, likewise, the rack on the back, I don't want to take it off of the Digimobile because not only they only cost $50 for that platform on the back. I have stuff in the box, a big giant deck box on the back of that thing. It's not even properly attached. I don't think it's attached at all to the Digimobile where I have it stored. I just have it setting there, look like it's hooked to it. Doesn't matter. It's in a safe place, so it wouldn't matter. All right, I'm trying to get all this water up to a boil now, but you know what? I shouldn't be doing that. I should be washing these carrots, so I have less pesticides on them. But I just do not have enough water right now. I could easily go and get some. I don't feel like it. What do you think? I live in a vehicle? Oh wait, I do. Well, still, I don't want it. So I'm not washing the carrots. I think washing them would just make me think I'm eating less pesticides, and somehow I still would be eating them. And I just want to save the water I have in case I need to put more in the stew. And probably what will happen is I'll still run out and I'll have to go get more, and I could have washed the carrots and ate less pesticides. But I didn't, and now I'm going to have like 7 eyes. I always make the wrong decision. Oh well. You know what? It might be okay to have 7 eyes. Everyone, eat more pesticides. It's a giant experiment. Be a part of it. Alright. I don't know if I want to put too many carrots before I put my potatoes. I do want a lot of potatoes. Carrots are like very funny tasting potatoes. You ever notice that? That's the funniest tasting potato ever. And look at the shape of them. Is that a potato that's going out of control? Give me a fucking break, man. Why would you fucking be so long and like that whenever it's hard to dig deep into the ground? Why don't you just plump up like a normal potato? Goddamn red-headed potatoes. Yeah, I'm not putting that back in there. Let me break it up. Alright. I didn't want to break that last carrot anyway. It wasn't that I was too feeble and weak. Yes, it was. It was. Alright, now I know I should wash the potatoes for sure. So I'm definitely not doing that. I like dirt. Dirt is good. Even though I know more about dirt than you. Because I feel like I'm smarter than you because, you know, you don't know anything. You don't even know what dirt is. And I'm talking about all of you. All of you. You don't know anything. That's why we're in the predicament we're in this country now. Well, the country we used to have, which no longer exists now, suddenly, it will go down in the history books as it's over with. It ended. A lot of people just don't know it yet. But you don't even know what dirt is. That's why. If you tell me what dirt is, you'll fucking say something stupid. You don't even know what dirt is. Dirt is what I call it. Dirt is the corpses. Dirt is the corpses. That's what dirt is. Corpses. Almost nothing but corpses. That's what dirt is. Wherever you go in the fucking whole earth, however far you can dig down in the fucking dirt, long fucking ways before you run into just rock. All of that dirt is corpses of everything that's ever lived here before. Before there was anything here, when the first plants came onto fucking land from fucking the sea, there was no dirt. There was just rock. And maybe some things akin to dirt, like blowing sand and rock. But it wouldn't be all matted together like dirt until there were some plants that maybe, I can see there being some sand or something, and plants maybe putting roots into that shit, gripping on to just stone. They have an awesome gripping ability, and I believe that is from early days when that's what they had to do. They're just gripping onto things, and maybe some sand accumulates around them. But then the plant dies, and the plant, where does it go? Does it just disappear? No, it breaks up into tiny pieces, and it's still here. And then since plants started coming, well, there's more plants. And I think probably at first, the plants are like living in the sea more. Proto-plants, whatever the first things, I forget. Look it up. I looked it up before and see what did it, I forget exactly. But the first plants, there were probably, still more coming from the sea at first. And dying and, living out their life, maybe reproducing, I don't know, some kind of way. I'm talking about very early days. When they first came to land, there's still more coming to land. They didn't just one come and that was all. So then, this plant that came, it's living, it dies. More come, they die. This is the beginning of fucking dirt. This is the beginning of the soil that has been here. It's still here. These first plants that came from the fucking sea that died, that material is still fucking here. It's been separated into separate molecules, separate atoms by this point, but it's still here. It is the dirt. And then more plants came, and then plants eventually didn't have to come from the sea. They were just producing here on land, reproducing and dying. Nothing ever didn't die. These trees that live thousands of years, well, thousands of years isn't very long in the course of millions of years. They died. They die. Thousands of years is not long. It's just death. That's instant death. Everything dies instantly. And it just more and more dirt. That's where the dirt came from. If nothing else proves that this planet fucking has creatures on it for millions of years, it's the fact that this fucking dirt is a mostly organic material that probably was a living thing at one time. All of it. All of it. The dinosaurs are still here because where'd they go? They die. They blow around. Their pieces blow around. Something eats it and then shits it out. The shit is there. What happens to the shit? The shit dries out, gets hit by a fucking stone, gets walked on, broken into fucking pieces. It's the dirt. The dirt is the corpses of every living thing that ever fucking lived. And I live on a planet where people look at me funny when I fucking say obvious things. They don't know what dirt is. So that's why I created 𝕯𝖎𝖌𝖎𝖙, I think. I created 𝕯𝖎𝖌𝖎𝖙 as a child, really. I'm finding that out. That 𝕯𝖎𝖌𝖎𝖙 was always a part of me, and it's because as a child, I was educated and no one else is, even adults. As a child, I talk the way that I think inside my head now. I see something like some shit. I'm like, that fecal matter is quite desiccated due to intense solar radiation for a fortnight. But who wants to, as a child, people would just look at me weird, like, what are you saying? We don't understand things that needed some sort of prior education to understand. You are a weird, child. We should burn you with fire. So I created another part of me would say that them there turds is all dried out because this hot sun has been on it for 2 weeks. It's the same thing, but it's something you idiots can understand. So I have the outer part of me, which I've channeled into 𝕯𝖎𝖌𝖎𝖙 now, and I have the inner part of me that speaks inwardly in a more sophisticated way than what you would understand or what you would accept in conversation. You would not accept the way that I speak. So I have to speak at a dumbed down level. And that has personificated itself into the form of 𝕯𝖎𝖌𝖎𝖙, I believe. And I didn't realize that I had channeled that. And I didn't realize that I was doing that shit. It was just a protection mechanism for a weird genius child who had an extremely high IQ and could not relate to anyone. You think when you're a genius child and you're into massive education and learning exciting things that Carl Sagan and other great minds are telling the world, you think that you couldn't relate to the other children? Well, you can't relate to any adults either, because there's no adults in the world that know their ass about any fucking thing. They're just stupid idiots. It's just you have to go to a university and find the one guy who knows something about that subject in the whole fucking world. So you have no one to relate to as a child studying fucking science and crazy shit like theoretical physics. Seriously, I've talked about that as a child to people, and really they thought I was insane. I mean, where did they not learn that? I mean, it's like they studied that someone told them something about it at some point in their educational history, and this was an adult. They thought I was insane. Yeah. I mean, in my point of view, I live in a world of no education whatsoever. It's like caveman times. And it's so strange because I can turn on a podcast and extremely educated people can teach me so much. But I don't see them anywhere. I mean, where are they? Why is there such a few percentage of people in the world like this? And everyone looks down on me for fucking not listening to music all the time. Because I don't have music playing every second of my life. Every second of my waking life that I'm not in a place where I can't play it. Or even when I'm in a place where I'm not supposed to be playing it, I'm at work, they're still playing. And I'm weird because I'm listening to some scientific podcast or something. But, I mean, if I'm listening to scientific podcasts and every kind of fucking history and every fucking thing, that all this knowledge is at my fingertips, and I'm taking advantage of it, building a mind. But then everyone else who looks at me like I'm an idiot, what kind of mind do they have when they're every second of their life? That's it. It doesn't matter if that's not the tune they're listening to. It's just something stupid like that teaches them nothing but What kind of a mind, what kind of a monkey ape animal are you if all you've ever listened to and studied and cared about is something akin to That's why we have no country anymore. That's why everything, the whole world is ending now. Unbeknownst to you, because you spend your whole life and you think I'm crazy because I'm not playing some kind of throughout my life. One thing I'm glad that people are not smart enough to see all of a sudden that van life, because you're in van life even if you're living in a box truck or a fucking car or a van. What are you going to call it? Prius life and Corolla life and box truck life and every different thing. Station wagon life for every different vehicle. Or call it car life and van life and truck life. It's all van life. It's being a vehicle dweller, which is a definite better explanation for it than anything else. But van life, I like it better. It is more fitting, I think. Definitely, I'm about to have a van. I'm holding off right now because I need to get a second job. And what I need to do is start delivering shit with my own businesses. I have started 2 corporations over a year ago now. I've already paid both of them. One, I noticed some states to file a corporation, it's much more expensive. And in some, it's really cheap. But then, I did not realize some states, because I got corporations in different states for different reasons. I couldn't get one in one state that I wanted it in because of a name conflict. Because I stole their name. Is why. But oh well, some states it's cheap to get the corporation there, and some are more expensive. But then the more expensive corporation, when it came time to do the annual report, it didn't cost much, and now it's time to do some other fucking report, and it's not very much either, like $25. But then the other state where it was really cheap to get the corporation filed, then when it came time for the annual report, it was like, duh! I don't remember how much it was, a couple $100. Not a lot of money, but a lot of money for a corporation that I fucking didn't ever fucking do what I was supposed to do. But it's a good kick in the ass, to tell me, well, you should have done something with this. Now you're paying for nothing. Well, I'm building credit on those corporations, so that's not nothing. That's getting a good foundation for them. But I need to get going. Oh yes, that is going to be delicious. I'm literally trying to put as much potatoes in here as possible. That's going to be one of the most delicious stews that I've made in a while. Especially since I've made no stews in like fucking 6 months. I was working at this job 7 days a fucking week. At least 10 to fucking 18 hours a day. 90 to 120 hours a week. Consistently every week. Never ending for 6 fucking months. Finally, I fucking cried uncle. I had no choice. I had no freaking choice. I mean, I won't let that happen again. I will cry like a little bitch next time if I'm ever in that situation again. But I don't want to be in that situation again. I'm going to see this company that I was working for has a massive shortage of subordinates. So, as a member of management, as the fucking general manager of different locations, you're put upon to do everything that normally you'd have people for, especially other members of management. It's bad enough when you have to do all the grunt work because you just don't have enough people to do it. And the people you do have are maybe new hires and maybe not very good, and you still need them because the company is desperate for people all the fucking time because they don't pay enough, this company. A walnut. A boiled walnut. Not too bad. I wouldn't write home about it. I think it makes the walnut much worse. But I do believe that it'll make the stew a little more sophisticated and better by adding yet another variety of flavor. I would love to put these other 3 potatoes in there. Let's see what we can do, how much we can get in there. Because I just don't have room to be storing shit. Not at all. Why is this set on 0? If it was on 0, why didn't it stop? Maybe it had stopped, but I didn't notice it making noise. All right, if I cut my fingers off, you'll be one of the first to know in the whole world. Okay. Uh-oh. Knock the carrot out. That's some yummy dog hair. Okay. Okay, alright. I was able to push another potato in there. Yeah, I can't put any more. It's ridiculous at this point. I would like to. As it cooks down, I may be able to put more. I got 2 potatoes left. I'm gonna put them in with the carrots. 3 carrots left. The baby spinach, that's for my smoothies. It's not baby spinach. It looks baby spinach. It just says fresh spinach. I don't know what's the difference between this and baby. It looks the same. It's the same size. So I don't know. The walnuts, that's for my smoothies. The shoe, that is for my smoothies. Alright, the bananas, that's for my smoothies. If I could put the bananas and the walnuts and that together. Alright, carrots and potatoes right there. Alright. Shirley. Don't call me Shirley. Oh, radishes. Jesus, jumping Geheminy. I can't forget the radishes. Even though I don't have room for radishes. Nevertheless, it's radish time, baby. We're stuffing radishes. Stuffing radishes. Hey, I think they'll fit. This is going to be an awesome fucking stew. One of the keys, I think, is nothing overpowering. Like 1 small bag of radishes, not a hell of a lot of spinach. Especially after it fucking gets hot, man. It's like it goes to nothing. You know, a couple handful of walnuts. There won't be enough walnut flavor to fuck up, make it too weird, but it'll add some subtlety, some subtle flavors to the whole thing. Now, the only thing I put a dramatic amount of was the potatoes. But I like the flavor that a dramatic amount of potatoes add to a stew. And I like to use the potatoes as the meat of the dish. You know, what you fill your stomach with, mostly. The potatoes. And the actual meat is just mostly, I consider that like a flavoring. I did not eat 1 piece of meat out of there. Not 1 piece of meat did I eat out of there. That is wild. I've never done that before. I don't think I've ever made a stew where I did not eat more of the meat than I wanted to. Every time. In fact, I'll buy extra meat. Still eat too much of the meat while I'm making the stew. This time, I did not eat none of it. I stir-fried every bit, never touched none. Stir-fried. Oh! Wait. I think I'm forgetting something else. It's a sophisticated stew, I'm telling you. Maybe, if I can find what I'm looking for. I can't find the sheath to my knife, which doesn't surprise me, but, you know, I went a long time without the sheath until I finally found it. I have to piss really bad. If I get 1,000 likes on this video, I will piss right here on the live stream in front of everybody. Oh. And I might do it even if I don't get any likes, but I'll put a towel over myself. All right. Okay, well, this is crazy. I do weird shit. I do. I really do. I am convinced that I have lost the mushrooms. Which is it's a horrible thing. It's a vile, terrible thing to do. I don't remember putting mushrooms in there. I had a whole package of mushrooms. me just make sure that it just wasn't in this bag and I didn't notice it. No, this is just bananas and walnuts. You wanna hold my nutsack? No? Alright. Oh, what the fuck? Is what I often say. Is what I very, very often say when looking for things in the crumpled rows here. I say, what the fuck? Because I cannot imagine how it could have disappeared. Oh my god. Am I the only one who puts my nuts in my mouth? Mm. Mm. Yes! I knew it. This is going to be a delicious stew.